What's going on, fellow gamblers? Welcome back to Straight Betting. Today is Monday, December 8th. In today's video, I do have two official plays for today. And of course, guys, we'll do a quick little recap of last Saturday and I guess Sunday too as well. And guys, we did indeed have a winning day on Saturday. So you know what that means? Someone won 25 bucks. It's going to be Brian here. Brian, even though you're kind of hating in the comments, it doesn't matter. You commented. A comment's a comment. So please hit me in my DMs at TyvanSB and I'll make sure to get you that 25 bucks. But with that being said, guys, if we do indeed have a winning day today, same old, we'll be giving away 25 bucks to someone who likes, comments, and says their play of the day down below. And of course, is subscribed if I missed that. With that being said, guys, let's get into the recap of yesterday. Okay, guys, so last 2 days, we ended up going 5-3. From last video, we did have Alvarado, which was a winner. He had 9 in the first half, didn't take a shot. We'll take it. Davis came to play. That was awesome. Cade, the under PRA, that one was like many outs, right? It ended up being a blowout, which is, why we got there. He probably, should have went over if it was close, but, there's a big spread on it. So a lot of outs with those unders sometimes, man. And then yesterday, I didn't post a video, but I did have Duop Reith over 6.5 points. Pretty happy with that read. Played good minutes. Obviously, they were down pretty much all their bigs. You did have Nurkic under 11.5 points, which was a pretty sweat-free winner, I guess you could say. Losers, though, Bagley, that was from the Saturday video. That was a terrible read, my goodness. Vukcevic, who I thought had a chance of not even playing, ended up playing like a ton of minutes, and yeah, it wasn't even close. Minutes were nowhere near what I wanted to be. And then Nurkic and Butler, guys. So Nurkic was kind of tough. He ended up at 8, only played 20 minutes due to blowout. Obviously, that helped with the under points, though. So, I guess I can't complain too much about the blowout. And, guys, last thing I want to say with this Jimmy Butler one, over 33.5 PRA. So, this one I graded as a loser, but as you can see here, I got this at 32.5 at Novig. And, guys, pretty much all of market was at 33.5. I click on my Novig app. I'm ready to play it at 33.5. I just hit a button, and then there's 32.5, and it ends at the hook. So, I ended up winning. Of course, it's graded as a loss, but as you can see here, guys, that's the beauty of Novig, right? Is, they have stray lines that are off market and stuff like that. Best price in market a ton. So, guys, if you don't have Novig, make sure to get on that. Use code TYSB. Spend $5. They'll give you 50 to play with. It's a very good app. Best numbers a lot. You can set your own lines. No limits. Whole lot of perks about it, so make sure to check it out. Okay, guys, first official play. I'm going with Colin Gillespie over 16.5 points. I think that over 20.5 points and rebounds is also a very good way to play this as well. But guys, so look, Colin Gillespie, without Devin Booker, right? Obviously, Devin Booker's out in this Laker game, right? In the second half, obviously, he had a great game. This Booker played like 10 minutes in this game. Look, but here's the big thing. I'm talking about his minutes right now. So in the second half of this Lakers game, right? He played 17 second half minutes. Obviously, he ended up with 34 minutes total. They did win by margin, right? So he lost, I think, 3 minutes to blowout too. So he actually would have played I think it was like 19 or 20 second half minutes without blowout. In this Rockets game, guys, this game, they also ended up being a blowout too. But he was at 29 minutes. He played 17 first half minutes. So look, guys, he's kind of on like a 34 to 36 minute rotation without Devin Booker if we are to get a close game. So if you do like the math here, there's like an on-off thing, right? Per 32 minutes with Booker and Jalen Green both off the court, per 32 minutes, like I said, he's at 20.3 points per game. Guys, also, if we click on Dillon Brooks here, you can see he's questionable. He popped up with an Achilles injury, so I actually do think there's a decent chance that Dillon Brooks doesn't even play here. But if not, I really don't care, right? But I think that there's like upside for Dillon Brooks to not play here. Obviously, guys, we go down here and look at the Wolves matchup, right? Pick and roll ball handler. So, Gillespie is a pick and roll handler, spot up guy for the most part, right? But here's the thing with spot up is that, he's a spot up guy when he plays with Devin Booker, right? In games with Devin Booker, he's going to have a lot more spot up. He's actually more so pretty much just like an on ball player, without Devin Booker. So this is pretty skewed, to be honest. I bet that this percentage of pick and roll handler points versus spot up points is going to be way, way higher, with Devin Booker off the court. So yeah, guys, the Wolves over the last 10 games, they allow the lowest catch and shoot frequency. As you can see here, pick and roll handler, dribble handoff, transition, all pretty bad, man. The Wolves are a strict single coverage team. They do not overhelp. They play drop coverage with Rudy. If you get usage against the Wolves, it is a great matchup for you. And if we look at who's in for the Suns, yes, Dillon Brooks obviously will get a lot of usage here if he does indeed play. Grayson Allen will too. But I will say, guys, when I was because I was weighing, Grayson Allen has good numbers too with Booker off the court. But when I was weighing Allen and Gillespie, honestly, like Gillespie's like way more of a off the ball creator than Grayson Allen is. So I kind of like Gillespie way more. Got Mark Williams. I think he's in a brutal spot. You know, he's going to get guarded by Rudy. That's not great for someone who can't shoot. He's also just not a self-creator. Royce O'Neal, not a self-creator at all. Ryan Dunn, not a self-creator at all. Also, pretty much like all their bench guys too, even like the Jordan Goodwin's not a self-creator. I mean, guys, like there's like not much self-creation on this Suns team with Booker and Green outside of Brooks, who, like I said, might not even play. So yeah, Wolves also allow the highest pull-up frequency. That's going to be Gillespie, as you can see, 36% of his points come via pull-up. But like I said, that's going to be much higher with Devin Booker off the court. So yeah, guys, like you can see in this Rockets game, Gillespie, like it was a blowout. He shot 5 for 13, 1 for 7 from deep. Still had 13 points, man. The Wolves really like to play with their food, man. I mean, they've been in competitive games against the Pelicans twice recently, against the Clippers, who were on a back-to-back. I don't know, man. Yes, there's a 10-point spread on this, but I kind of think that they hang around, and this is a great matchup for Gillespie. All the on-off numbers are really good, guys. And if Dillon Brooks gets ruled out, like, I think that this could be an absolute smash spot. I mean, Gillespie already had a 20-point game with Devin Booker against the Wolves. Obviously shot the ball well, but you take away a 3 and he still gets there. So, yeah, I think this is a really good spot for Gillespie. Honestly, like his threes too at 2.5. Like I said, like his PR a ton at 20.5. Because if you look at this, guys, and honestly, maybe I should have played PR, but I mean, he is averaging 3.7 rebounds on 26.8 minutes, right? I have him at 32 minutes, but that's like factoring in blowout and stuff. You could easily see a world where he's playing 35, 36 minutes a night. So, yeah, I mean, you look at the 16.5 points, and then the PR, it's like this only needs 4 rebounds. I think he easily has upside of getting like 5 or 6 rebounds here too. So I think that the PR is really good. The points is obviously great too, and that's what I played. So, yep, going with Colin Gillespie here, over 16.5 points. Big fan of this. All right, guys, so my second play is going to be a weird one. It's Julian Champagnie over 1.5 threes. I got it at minus 145. And then 3+ threes for 0.25 units. It's risking 1 unit on over 1.5 threes, and then 3+ for 0.25 units. Guys, what I would do here is I would not play. Like, I'm sorry, I only had 2 plays, and this one got juiced pretty fast. I don't like this minus 165 at all. I like it around like that minus 145, minus 150 range. What I would do now is I would do 9.5 points instead for Julian, and then I would sprinkle on the 3+ threes because that will still be there for probably like plus 175, plus 180-ish. So, guys, if you look at Julian Champagnie here, you know, his hit rates on the threes is obviously really good, but the Pelicans matchup is just beautiful. So if we go down here and look at this chart, I mean, they are just terrible at defending the three-point line, terrible at defending catch and shoot stuff as well. Over the last 10 games, the Pelicans are allowing the most corner threes by a super wide margin. They're allowing 14.5 corner threes attempted. The next closest is literally 12.5. And if you look at Julian's chart as a player, right, 27% in that left corner, 36% in that right corner, 37% from above the break. So, guys, like the corner threes are very valuable against the Pelicans. And like you don't see it very often where someone actually makes as many corner threes as they do above the break. And that's the case here with Julian Champagnie. So it's a very good matchup for him. I will say, guys, Stephon Castle probably is going to be back. So Julian probably is going to come off the bench, right? And that's totally fine, right? So with Julian off the bench, he's been off the bench in like 5 games this year. He averaged 23.6 minutes, I believe, in those 5 games off the bench. So yeah, and then Castle will obviously be on like a slight minute restriction. So I do have Champagnie playing like 24 minutes here. And if you go to like games without Wemby and you do just like, well, you can just do points first of all, right? Games without Wemby, he's averaging 12.5 points on 30.4 minutes, right? So he's probably going to be around that 10-point mark. And obviously, guys, like this is a very plus matchup. So you're going to expect more points per minute than you would in your average matchup, right? And same with more threes per minute. So this is without Wemby. Like I said, if you do the math, like I said, I'm doing the threes bet, but he is averaging 5.5 threes per 24 minutes in games without Wemby. So yeah, with like the matchup and just how much catch and shoot stuff they allow, like I said, last 10 games, Pelicans, second highest catch and shoot 3-point frequency allowed, the most catch and shoot 3-pointers made allowed. So yeah, I think this is a spot where Julian probably gets up like 6 or 7 threes. And if you do like with like 5 to 3 3-pointers or 5 to 7 3-pointers attempted, just like all time, you can see Julian, he's a sniper. So he does pretty good here. And I feel really good about like even like the 2.5 threes, right? You're getting only a 42.6% hit rate, but you're getting some really good plus money going on. So yeah, love Julian here. Love his points. As you can see here too with his points when he shoots like this many threes, looks not terrible. So yeah, big fan of Julian stuff here, guys, today. Definitely sprinkle on the threes ladder on him. And definitely, I think I would play 9.5 points for like half unit too. And guys, if this threes, because like I said, I steam lines sometimes. My group kind of steams lines sometimes. So this could easily bounce back down to like minus 150-ish, especially if you get the Castle in news. So I think it might be best just to like wait for that and see if a better number pops up for 1.5. And I'm sure one will on like Novig and ProfitX in specific. So yeah. All right, guys. And since I only have 2 official plays, I'm going to talk about some very strong leans of mine. First of all, I'm going to talk about is going to be Royce O'Neal under 2.5 threes. Like I said, if you guys were on stream, I was really into it last game and I didn't play it, but it's like the same exact thing. So for whatever, like his minutes aren't as safe for whatever reason. He only played 19 minutes last game. He did get up 4 threes, but didn't make one. But yeah, guys, like this Wolves team, like I said, like they allow the lowest catch and shoot 3-point frequency by a wide margin. The Wolves do over like the last 10 games. And they just don't like, they're not going to throw anything aggressive at Dillon Brooks, Colin Gillespie, Grayson Allen, etc. The reason why I actually didn't play this yet is because if Dillon Brooks does get ruled out, we could actually probably get plus money on this. So I think that's how you should do this. Is like this Royce O'Neal stuff. Wait to see if Dillon Brooks gets ruled in or ruled out, and then you could get a better price. And I would still really, really like that. So yeah, it's like Royce O'Neal, he's not a self-creator whatsoever. He doesn't get like pick and roll reps, really. He doesn't like, I don't know, man. He benefits from playing off of Booker. He needs people with gravity to get him open, feed him open threes, and he also needs a defense to overhelp, right? And that's just not going to be the case here. So unless he gets some like weird like offensive rebound threes or transition threes like in the half court, like I don't envision him like getting anything. So really strong lean on Royce O'Neal unders, threes, points, etc., stuff like that. Go over to Sacramento and Indiana. Guys, I don't like the number on this, but this is one that I'm looking to see if it's going to go down for. If Pascal Siakam can go down to like 24.5 for like minus 115, that's something I'm going to probably want to hop on. So guys, as you can see here, Pacers are 4-point favorites, and this is kind of like a weird little filter that I use, but go to like Props Madness and then do like win-loss margin. Like you just take out games where they like don't like lose by margin. You can see his like points pop up like a ton. So guys, where Sacramento, they allow the most field goals made from less than 10 feet. Obviously, guys, Pascal, obviously, yeah, he can, shoot some middies, some threes here and there, but we know he's a paint dominant guy at heart and stuff. So Kings defense just really poor to begin with, but where they really, really struggle at defending is like the less than 10 feet area, but they don't allow a ton at the restricted area. It's like this little non-painted restricted area where they're allowing the most field goals made from that area over the last 10 games by a super, super wide margin. And guys, as you can see here, like Siakam is like always super, super close, man. Like he literally has 22 or more points if you do like this in 14 out of 15 games that they just don't lose by margin in, right? So I think that like Siakam, like if you could do like 22 plus points and like 6 plus rebounds or something like that, because the Kings are also like a really good, poor rebounding team. I think that's like super, super good stuff. Like he's always really close, man. And now you just have like a really good matchup here. So I think that like if it goes down to 24.5 and you can get like not terrible juice on it, that's probably something I'm going to want to take too. I just think it's like a really good matchup too. I will say too, guys, though, is that like Benedict Mathurin, it's like when you like look at this Kings roster, right? And like they're starting like Westbrook, LaVine, DeRozan, Keegan Murray, who might not even play, by the way. And I think he would probably take Siakam. And then, like Max Reynaud, who's like a terrible defender, good offensive player, but terrible defender. It's like Mathurin, like who the hell is going to guard him? So that is something that kind of crossed my mind. He's been pretty inconsistent recently. Honestly, the Pacers rotations have been like a little bit weird. So that's kind of why I didn't want to dabble with Mathurin stuff. But he's also someone I kind of lean over on, man. I just don't know like one-on-one, like who's seriously going to take him. And he's a very, tough person to contain on drives and stuff like that. All right, guys. Well, that is going to do it for today. As always, a pretty short slate, man. So like there wasn't a ton of stuff that I really liked, but yeah, I found a couple plays. And yeah, as always, guys, make sure to like this video, comment down below your favorite play, enter yourself in that giveaway. And of course, guys, I will be live at 6 p.m. breaking down this slate. Hopefully we get like a little bit of injury news clarity. So pop on in there, ask a ton of questions, and I'll make sure to respond to those and, you know, give my input on your guys' leans and etc. So with that being said, guys, do appreciate everyone tuning in, and I will catch you guys next time.